Welcome to Hardcover Feedback. I'm Brandi Smits.
I'm Tracey Hill.
And today we are reviewing The Heretic Queen by Michelle Moran.
In ancient Egypt, a palace fire killed the entire 18th dynasty's royal family except Nefertari, the niece of former queen Nefertiti, who was branded as a heretic and is now never spoken of again. Nefertari is pushed aside until she is taken under the wing of the pharaoh's aunt and educated in a way befitting of a future queen. When Nefertari catches the eye of the crowned prince, they marry and rule Egypt through the political adversity, both old and new.
The viziers, along with everyone else at the table, raised their cups, and when the prince made a slow reply in Hittite, Hinatawi laughed. But what the prince said hadn't been funny. His eyes searched the table for help, and when no one came to his aid, he looked at me. He's saying that although this is a happy day, I translated, he hopes that Pharaoh Seti will live many years and not leave the throne of Lower Egypt to Ramses too soon. Hinatawi paled, and at once I saw that I was wrong to have spoken. Intelligent girl, the prince said in broken Egyptian. But Hinatawi narrowed her eyes. Intelligent? Even a parrot can learn to imitate. Come, priestess, Nefertari is quite clever, Vizier Amenaro offered. No one else remembered to pass the bread to the prince when he came to the table. Of course she remembered, Hinatawi said sharply. She probably learned it from her aunt. If I recall, the Heretic Queen liked the Hittites so much that she invited them to Amarna, where they brought us the plague. I'm surprised our brother even allows her to sit among us.
Bestseller.
Yeah.
Go figure.
I feel like when you're like looking at like a ballpark of all the books that I've read and bestsellers amongst not bestsellers,
Yeah.
I usually hate every bestseller.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know why, but I really do.
Because they're written to be easy reads, and that's partly what gets them to be popular is because they're easy reads. You don't have to think too hard about them and such. But then again, this is ancient Egypt. Not everyone's familiar with it. A lot of detail going on in it still. Some historical fact, and she's using actual people to craft the story with, but it's really more about the relationships involved. Right. And
it's kind of like where you feel like it should be heavier because it's so
ancient Egypt
full of places and names and things that are difficult to pronounce, as I just completely proved as I read that. But it doesn't need to be like textbooky. It's not the point. Like Moran does a really great job of making us want to know about the specific characters of the time. Yeah. And I mean, we don't really know how Nefertari acted or Hinatawi, if she really was as cruel and whatever as she was. We don't really know all of that, but it's cool that we can
surmise.
Yeah. This is
it's not a history lesson by any stretch. Well, I mean, if you're looking for authenticity with something, I think the settings are, but you can't tell for sure what the people were actually like. And of course,
but they were all real people.
They were all real people, and the situations were probably good.
Like looked up some more information afterwards.
There you go, factual verification.
Yeah, it prompted me to research.
Yeah,
but I mean,
right there, that's
I'm kind of nerdy,
a good
so
thing.
that was a thing.
No.
But
but I enjoyed it, and I wasn't expecting to, and I looked at the length and said, like I love ancient Egypt, but I don't really like biographical fiction. So it's not.
And I do.
And well, if there's like monsters or superheroes or something supernatural going on, I love that. But this was just supposed to be kind of a very straight retelling of an in-depth look at what happened with this actual person in her time in the Egyptian court and throughout her life. And I was like, that's not going to be lively at all. And I was really getting into it.
I thought that it was going to take me forever to read this book. I mean, that's like kind of a solid amount of pages there. Like it's not like huge, but it's hefty. Yeah. And I like read that book like it was like 100 pages, and I was like, I would like to read some more, please. Yeah. And it was done, and But I mean, she's got other books, so you could just promote all of her
Good to
books
know.
right now.
Sure,
like
why
Michelle
not?
Moran
Yeah,
writes all
yeah,
kinds of
ta-da,
really
this wasn't her first,
Yeah.
not her last. So yeah, and I didn't expect to enjoy it quite as much as I did, just because came in with a skepticism toward the biographical element of it. But if you just, I had to keep in mind, like, hey, do I like it as a fictional story? Yes, I liked it very much as a fictional
Which
story.
is good because that's exactly what it was.
Yep.
So, I mean, yeah, don't use
So,
this as like a resource for something, but it was very entertaining. So,
Mission accomplished.
yeah,
So.
I feel like we both enjoyed this one fairly heavily.
It was light. It wasn't like, changed my life, you know. It was more like, that was really enjoyable. That was a pleasant experience,
Yes.
you know.
And that's always a plus.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
So you say,
it's not like my favorite book ever, like that I would throw all the stars at it, but I would definitely give it a solid 3.5 because I would recommend it to a variety of people.
Yeah.
I think that anyone really could pick this book up and read it and enjoy it for a lot of different reasons. If you like history, nailed
Yeah.
it. If you like
Or-
impending war and doom, got it.
yeah,
Crazy
your
love
basic love
stories,
triangle kind of thing.
got it. It's
Yeah.
got all the things.
Yeah, and I'm more persnickety with my scoring, but it still gets a really solid 3 stars from me for all of the good things that we've described already.
I will
Positive
support your
feels
decision.
all around.
And that was The Heretic Queen by Michelle Moran. I gave it 3.5 stars. Tracy gave it 3 stars. And we will see you next time.